So there's a very direct relationship between congestion, our ability to compete, and the kinds of jobs and the compensation that we can offer for those jobs in the metropolitan area and the state. People are starting their work, at least in terms of transportation, much earlier. When we were here before, people were telling us they had to start trucks out at 5 o'clock in the morning in order to beat the rush hours. Now they're starting at 2 a.m. and the last time they dispatch is usually around 6. So things are getting much earlier and much more difficult for the drivers and people who are managing them. Secondly, a lot of businesses have decided that they don't want to run their own trucking operations anymore. So they've gone to third-party logistics firms. The third thing that's also quite interesting is that 10 years later, the state of Oregon and the metropolitan areas depend much more on international trade and trade with other parts of the U.S. than they did 10 years ago. So the ability to get to the ports, the airports, and to other parts of the United States has become much more important, even for small and medium-sized businesses. The second largest value of exports from the state of Oregon is agricultural products, and they go all over the world. So getting access to ports is important for the rural parts of the state. And most of those ports are located in our metropolitan areas, not just in Oregon, but all up and down the West Coast. So congestion in the metropolitan areas has an effect not only on people who live in those areas, but the entire state and the entire state's economy.
Intel is very interested in the infrastructure and the transportation system throughout Oregon because we need to transport the goods made locally to all of the global markets that we serve. Intel has made significant investments in the transportation system as part of our construction requirements with our factory expansion at Ronler Acres. And we believe that many of those investments have actually advantaged the entire community. We sometimes have our third-party shippers come earlier or leave later, but we know that that highway traffic on Highway 26 eastbound is a real challenge, and we've had to develop several workarounds to accommodate getting our products to market. If there isn't a consensus and a true investment in transportation infrastructure in the state of Oregon, certainly this is going to continue to be our largest and most comprehensive site anywhere in the world, but it could put a damper on Intel's ongoing investment and success in the region if we can't get our products to market.
Our relationship with the region's transportation issues is in its entirety. So we're a 48-state carrier, and which means we're going to run on almost every road available. We need to improve the size of our roadways. For example, in the state of Oregon, we have two major north-south thoroughfares, I-5 corridor, the 97 corridor. Compare the two. Go drive them. 97 is so antiquated versus the I-5 corridor. It's crazy.
Our business revolves around timber supply, people, and then transportation. And so we use 13,000 rail cars a year, 47,000 trucks, 150,000 log trucks, 25,000 containers going out of the west. So transportation is a huge part of our business. We're facing severe congestion around the Northwest in a lot of our transportation systems, but just the infrastructure is wearing down on bridges, roads, and so it's having a big effect in terms of our costs are going up. Customers this day and age, when you're in a global marketplace, everybody's just in time. We have appointments with certain customers, 15-minute windows when we can deliver product. So if you have congestion, you miss a window, there goes that sale. The next step is to see if we can bring alignment to the political process, so our federal delegation, our state leaders, and our local politicians all understand the importance of these investments we have to make. They're long-term investments, but they have huge paybacks.